We're picking it up here in the third game for the girls. Liz Moore bowling for the Cougars. And I believe we had Jessica Arnold up for the Sentinels. She leaves one pin. Brings up Lori Dumas for Northeastern. The last home game of the season, for the last game of the season for the Cougars. Have some figures to pass along shortly through the first two games. As soon as I introduce the bowlers here, the bowlers for the Cougars. Carrie Jeleno, we missed her first ball here in the third game. Bowling here for a tie. Their third bowler, Helena Benedict. And Dumas, like that, Zarflitis here for the Cougars picks up a strike. Beth Powers bowling for a tie. And now Michelle Young for the Cougars. Young strikes. Give you the averages. As we see Nancy Treadway step up for Ticonderoga. Treadway. No, that's Beth Powers finishing up her first frame. Treadway will be next as we see Joanne Rooker get set for her second frame. Rooker has a 96 average, Jessica Arnold with 91, Helena Benedict 85, Beth Powers 98, and Nancy Treadway a 103 is the anchor bowler for Ticonderoga. 372 is their total handicap. The maximum is 375. Treadway gets 8 pins on her first ball. The handicap for the Cougars is 233, so Northeastern is spotting 140 pins, 14 marks in this game. Rooker picks up her spare, and Treadway is going to pull it to the left, and she'll leave two standing. This will bring up Carrie Jeleno for Northeastern. She carries a 145 average. Liz Moore 129. Lori Dumas 133. Tracy Zarflitis 139. And Michelle Young a 141. Jessica Arnold leaves the 10 pin. Jeleno gets the strike. Arnold leads her spare. Liz Moore with 8 pins in her first ball. In the A match, Cougars have taken the first two games. This is the third bowler, Helena Benedict for Ticonderoga. In the second game, Josh Gooley had a 192 and Ben Gooley a 188. Moore picks up her spare. And for the Sentinels, Wells had a 175 and Bartlett had a 170. Benedict leaves these 2 pins. Lori Dumas chops off the right side. Beth Powers for Ticonderoga. She's working on a strike. No, she's not. I was looking over at Zarflitis on the side. Zarflitis on deck here. She's got a strike, as does Delano, as does Young. Dumas gets 9. Powers is going to pull it to the left. Not even come close on that one. Brings up Tracy Zarflitis, who's working on that strike, and she leaves 1. Nancy Treadway, the anchor bowler. Leaves a 7-pin. Zarflitis just barely missed it, and she knew it.
Leave for a little while and come back. See if I can get back.
Treadway leaves the 7-pin standing. Young working on a strike. Picks up 6 pins. Terry Gelano. She was working on a strike. She picks up 7. Young leaves the head pin. Delano, nice cover, gets her spare. And he gets us to Joanne Rooker. Rooker puts it in the gutter. In boys B action as we watch Liz Moore. She gets 8 pins on her first ball. Boys B action. The boys B are down 2 games to nothing. Ticonderoga took game 1, 10-30 to 9-15. And in the one we just saw, they were 61 pins better, 970 to 909. Rooker gets 6 on her second ball as more spares. So the boys side, the Cougar A team has the first 2 games, and the B team, Ticonderoga, has the first 2 games. So the boys are 2-2. We don't have any results yet for the Northeastern girls. Northeastern girls needed to pick just 1 game here to clinch first place. Northeastern girls came in 1/2 game behind, I believe it was Beekmantown, but they'd already finished their season as Dumas picks up their spare. And Jessica Arnold goes by hers and leaves all 4 of them standing. The Cougars needed just 1 game to finish in first place for the season. Zarflitis gets 7 pins. This is Helena Benedict. She has a split. Zarflitis. This is Benedict. Doesn't want to talk about that one. Michelle Young. 2 strikes. Let's see, we're trying to get the results for the girls. Bowling up right there right now is Beth Powers for Ticonderoga. Northeastern girls took game 2, and they have clinched first place. Ticonderoga took game 1 as Powers picks up her spare, third mark of the game for Ticonderoga. The first game for the girls, it was Ticonderoga 9:43 to Northeastern's 8:46. Nancy Treadway pulled it to the right and seems happy about it. Or just resigned to the fact that that's the way it was going to go. Nancy Rooker picked off 3 on the side. Lefty Gelano had a 172 in game 2. Lismore had a 187. And those are the big games so far for the Cougars. Cougars took game 2, 10-17 to 8-56. So Northeastern has taken the regular season first place in girls bowling. Carrie Gelano gets the late fall and gets a triple. Or is it a double? No, it's her second strike, but she had a spare in between there. It looked, when they marked that other spare in between, it didn't leave much of a gap. It almost looked like a strike at first glance. Lismore, she gets 7 pins on her first ball. And we have Jessica Arnold in alley number 11. She spares, yes. Nice pickup for Arnold. And more. And more spares. Elena Benedict. Gets 7. Lori Dumas. She gets 7. Gets the strike. Says, I'll take it. Let's see for Ticonderoga. Treadway was 159. It's the best they've managed so far today. Powers puts it in a, I don't know if that went in the gutter and came out. I don't know. Apparently not. Zarquitis picks off 8 pins. Zarquitis with a spare. The extra bowlers are all done. Sometimes when we get over here, we can glance over to see some of the extra bowlers in action, but they're all caught up. Treadway gets 6 on her first ball. And Young gets 7 or 8. Let's see. He gets 8. Marks have been few and far in between in this game for Ticonderoga. There's Treadway. He gets 7 for the frame. Young gets 9 for the frame. leadoff bowler, Joanne Rooker, and leadoff bowler, Carrie Jeleno. Jeleno working on the strike, leaves the 10 pin. Rooker gets it. Jeleno just barely missed it. Jessica Arnold for Ty and Liz Moore here for the Cougars. Moore has a split. Arnold has a split too. We have a couple extra names written down here. Sarah LaPointe is an extra bowler for Ty. Moore tried for it. Nice try. It's one pin. And Arnold will miss them both. Other girl bowlers for the Cougars, as we watch Lori Dumas with 7 pins, are Jolene Sansevier, Rose Graff, Crystal Charlin, and Jessica Sawicki. Elena Benedict gets 7 pins, more than she thought she had. Dumas picks up her spare. Her grandparents were named King and Queen of the Winter Carnival Ball this year for the Northern Tier Chamber of Commerce. Henry and Viola White, our congratulations to them. Chelsea's arthritis leaves 5. As Benedict selects a couple here in the 5th frame. And brings up Beth Powers. Arthritis spares. So the boys' names that we had extra written down here for the Cougars were Chad Seguin, Jason Friend, Rob Kreller, and James Agony. Michelle Young. We picked up 8 pins in the 5th frame. Beth Powers picked up her spare. This is Nancy Treadway. Pulls it to the left. Young pulls it to the left. Picks up 1. Treadway yanked that one right where she put the first ball. And doesn't want to talk about it. Joanne Rooker puts 6 pins in her first ball and brings up Carrie Jeleno. Jeleno carries the top average for the Cougars. Apparently prefers to bowl at the top as the lead bowler instead of the anchor bowler. Leaves the anchor to Michelle Young. Oh, a late drop, and Rooker has the spare. That's her third mark. Delano gonna pull it to the right. Jessica Arnold. Into the gutter. She has 10 to shoot at for her spare. Liz Moore. Moore gets the strike. Well, we'll put one in each gutter, I guess. Went all the way around them. Lori Dumas leaves one pin. Nine pins. For Helena Benedict. Dumas just missed. This gets 9 on her first ball. We're in the 6th frame. And then Beth Powers is bowling. And we're going to be right back. Tracy's arthritis. Knew she missed that one. Powers leaves 2 as Young picks up a strike. Nancy Treadway. And Joanne Rucker. Rucker gets 9. Treadway. We had some good substitutes this year for Jim Tierney, but that didn't stop us from missing Jim Tierney, the man who's become known as the voice of bowling in the North Country. Wasn't able to cover the bowling for us this year. I hope he'll be back next year. This is Jessica Arnold. And this is Carrie Gelano. We're in the 7th frame. We'll check the mark situation. Keeping in mind the Cougars give up 14 marks because of their handicaps. Delano spares as Arnold leaves 2.
B-O-O-H-O-O, the spike's falling in my head.
16 marks through the 6th. 2:17. So here in the 7th frame, Cougars have taken a 1 mark or 10-pin lead over the Ticonderoga Sentinels. Moore gets 8 to drop, while Helena Benedict, considering where her ball was thrown, is probably happy to have gotten 5 pins. Benedict looking for her first mark. She won't get it this time. Moore got them both. That hurt. She was working on a strike. It was a 97 through 7. Nancy Treadway. No, it's not Treadway. They both have those bushy hairdos. That's Beth Powers. Lori Dumas has picked up 5 pins on her first ball in the 7th. Here's Treadway. She gets 9 pins. Dumas gonna miss him. Probably like to have that ball back. Dumas with an 89 through the 7th. Treadway with a 39 coming in here. Desperately needs a mark. That gets her first mark. Tracy Zarplitis, 8 pins on her first ball. Carrie Gelano. Zarplitis. Yes. Zarplitis spares. Michelle Young is Gelano waits to let the other side catch up. To get 2 many bowlers ahead. Gelano gets to spare. Rucker. Rucker gets 7. Here's Liz Moore. Moore gets 9 on her first ball. We're in the 8th frame. 18 marks for tie, 21 for the Cougars. They've taken a 30-pin lead. If the Cougars take this game, they'll take 3 games tonight. They'll get total pins. They're leading in total pins coming in here. 1860 something to just under 1800. Lori Dumas gets 8. It's Ash Wednesday, February 23rd. We're going to finish February with slightly over 200 events covered this year on Hometown Cable. And it's certainly been a problem. I guess I don't really want to call it a problem, but it's been hectic trying to squeeze everything in. So Lent will be just about over by the time this bowling match gets to your TV set. Our alternative is to cover less, and we certainly don't want to do that, so we hope you will bear with us as we try to get these in as quickly as we can, trying to give everybody their turn on Hometown Cable. Let's get just to one more reminder. If you enjoy the programming on Hometown Cable, let us know. Let our advertisers know, and please become a viewer patron. We desperately need your support if we're going to keep this program coming. Our fight, as you can tell by the smile, she picked it up. Benedict had an open. She's still looking for her first mark. This is Beth Powers. Picks up a couple in the back. This is Michelle Young. She avoids the split. Powers working on the strike. Leaves two. Young. Leaves two. Blames it on the sun. The sun got in her eyes, she said. Nancy Treadway. Treadway working on her first mark of the game. It's 9 pins. There's Rooker. Gets 8 to start the 9th frame. Treadway picks up her second mark. With a 39 through the first 6 frames, she needs all the marks she can get. Still has a shot of hitting her 102 average. Rooker goes to the right, leaves the 2 pins. She's got 90 through the first 9 frames. Carrie Gelano gets 8 to start things in the 9th. You would think 90 pins in 9 frames would be 10 per frame, but that's not quite the way it works. Gelano picks up the spare. Last game of the regular season for both clubs. Up next is the sectionals. Spare for Jessica Arnold. Liz Moore. Left the head pin. Comes up Helena Benedict. More, yep, picks it up. Benedict leaves the pool. Dumas leaves the head pin. Benedict is yet to mark, has only 1 frame left to do it. Powers gets 3 pins on her first ball. As Dumas picks up the spare. There's bashful Jim Tierney. Our former play-by-play man, former and future, we hope, Nancy Treadway is up next. That's Powers. He's going to settle for about 6 pins. Sarpitis with the strike. Treadway gets 9 on the first ball, and Young gets a strike also. Treadway looking for her 3rd mark in a row. Didn't get it that time. And that'll bring up Joanne Rooker as we start the 10th frame. He gets 7 pins.
Okay, thanks.
Then that'll bring up Carrie Gelano. Gelano gets the strike. Rooker looking for the spare here in the 10th. Pulls it to the left. She's going to finish with a 97. Gelano. It's 6 or 7. And that brings up Jessica Arnold. Arnold with 8 pins. Working on the spare. Gelano leaves 1. Arnold. They'll miss her last 2. There's more. Gets 7 pins. That brings up Helena Benedict. It's just 1. And there's more. She misses it. Well, let's see some totals up there. 159 for Gelano, 140 for Moore. Gelano carried a 145 average. That's 14 pins over her average. Here's Benedict. Leaves 3 pins. Lori Dumas. It's 9 pins. Beth Powers. $140, let's see, that's 11 pins over Moore's average. Dumas picks it up. Fan club reacts.
You don't want to know.
Well, let's see the Ticonderoga side. As we watch Dumas throw her fill ball. Nice place for the split. Treadway. It's a little bit of a split. Okay, Joanna Rooker, 99, 3 pins over her average. Zarpaitis trying to reset it. There it is. Jessica Arnold, 97, that's 6 pins over her average. Elena Benedict, 77, that's 8 pins below her 85 average. Treadway's going to open in the 10th frame. Zarpaitis. It's 9. 95 for Beth Powers is 3 pins under her average, and a 94 for Treadway is 9 pins under her average. 133 for Lori Dumas is right on her average. Zarpaitis picks it up. Is there a 145 plus 10 plus the fill? So Zarpaitis with a 139 average will be at least 16 pins over her average to end up the season here. Gets 8 of them. That puts her 24 pins over her average. And gives her a 163. 828 to 738 through 5. It's at 4 bowlers. Cougars have already won this one, so they'll take 3. As Michelle Young steps in, Cougars will finish with 38.5 to 17.5 record. Young has a 141 average. Needs to spare here to improve on it. Picks it up. So that makes through 9. She's got 137 plus 10 gives her 147 plus whatever she gets right here. So she's going to best her average here in her last game. And she picks up 8 from her fill ball. And that gives her, let's see, 155. So as we watch Dick Macy and Jim Tierney doing some work down there.
They want them there for 9:30.
Oh, for this helpful at home, probably not. That's going to wrap up our coverage of the 1993 regular season, and hopefully we'll have some of the sectionals in the forecast in the not too distant future. So that's the way it was on the 24th day of February 1993. It's Ash Wednesday here at the Bowl Mart in beautiful downtown, actually just outside of beautiful downtown Rouse's Point.
That's what we thought. It was supposed to be in March. Well, they had